All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is April 15th, 2025. It is April 15th, 2025.
Where's that coming from?
It is April 15th. Then the fact is, we are still dealing with a little bit of the overhang from yesterday, a.k.a. trade is still the big issue. We didn't get too many developments. There was a couple of pieces of info this morning. One, China canceling Boeing orders. So we kind of expected that. That had a little bit of a reaction. And then all of that pharmaceutical stuff from yesterday, they actually did enact some of it, so there was a small reaction. But other than that, we got a little bit of data. We got some important data in the morning here. It had a little bit of reaction, but all in all, we are still in this quiet holding the other day. Do we bottom out or not? Is it past peak volatility? And then we're going to hear a little bit more. So trade any of those headlines as they come out. They're probably going to be important today, but we are still not expecting a crazy amount of things. So we'll see where it all takes us. It should be exciting. You got some NVIDIA news right now too, but Charadonia, it's Tuesday. Good morning. What up, LBC? What up, Tim Whitman? Good morning, Laurie, Dose, Godfather, Charmander, Mark, Enzo, Rico. What's going on, baby? Good morning, Connor, Jamar, C-Rod, Mark J, the Keem, Connor. What's going on, baby? How you living, Mike? What up, Mr. Edwards? What up, Fates? Jeff, CD, Permable, Tyree, Bruce B, the Tiger Man, Johnny B. God. What's going on, baby? How you doing, Ryan? What up, Mr. Kalanovic? What up, Trey Kush? Good morning. It's Tuesday. Aliho, Chris Saeed, leveling up. Ben Stone, Jesse, Leo, Johnny, Zoraz, Tyree. Oh, my goodness. What's up, baby? Wake up. What about that Twitch? Stock Sasquatch, Razzle Dazzle, 12 Jimin, Payday Devo, Pokemon, Feed Me Seymour, Mr. Mystery, Rock Vaza, Swoop Boy, Iron Beagle, Toy Soldier, Dio the Mercator, Nikki on Smash, Preforms. And then I usually Robo Handtech on top. I ain't seen him. But good morning, baby. So, Chatadonia, I hope you're ready. Oh, you became an uncle? Oh, man, congratulations. Where's my horn? Happy Uncle Day. Oh, get him a long term. Why not? Even if you're the uncle, who cares? Get him a long term, baby. Amen? Amen. So, Chatadonia, I hope y'all are feeling good. It should be an interesting one. Again, yesterday was kind of slow, as weird as that sounds, but we might get another one. Today, you did wake up a little weaker. Yesterday was all about the gains, so we will see where it takes us, but here is Josh AI with the news, my friend. Good morning. S&P futures waiver with trade and earnings in focus. U.S. stock futures fluctuated after a two-day advance as traders focused on signs that the Trump administration may add more tariff exemptions to ease the economic turmoil of the trade war. S&P 500 futures were 0.2% lower after advancing 0.4% earlier. In Europe, stocks pushed higher after President Donald Trump floated a pause in auto tariffs. Boeing Company sank 4% in pre-market trading after China ordered airlines not to take any further deliveries of the company's jets. Tuesday's market moves were milder than the big swings of late, reflecting hopes that there may be room for negotiations over Trump's reciprocal levies. Investors were also watching the early stages of the earnings season, with Bank of America Corp and Citigroup Inc. surpassing expectations. The overall market mood is set on de-escalation, said David Crook, head of trading at La Financière de l'Echiquier. We got caught out last week with Trump's reversal of fortunes and this weekend as well, so we're waiting before reacting now. Meanwhile, 10-year Treasury yields were steady. A gauge of the dollar was little changed after a 5-day losing streak, and still there was plenty of evidence that investor nervousness about the trade war. A Bank of America survey showed that sentiment toward the economy is the most negative in 3 decades. Traders were also assessing news that the U.S. is pressing forward with plans to impose tariffs on semiconductor and pharmaceutical imports by initiating trade probes led by the Commerce Department. On the earnings front, Citigroup edged higher in pre-market after revenue at its trading division beat estimates. Bank of America shares rose after its stock traders posted a record quarter as the company reaped the benefits of volatile markets. Trump initiates chips and drug probes ahead of more tariffs. President Donald Trump's administration pressed forward with plans to impose tariffs on semiconductor and pharmaceutical imports by initiating trade probes led by the Commerce Department. The moves announced Monday in the Federal Register are a precursor to imposing tariffs and threaten to broaden the president's sweeping U.S. trade war. The Commerce Department said it had begun investigating the impact on U.S. national security of imports of semiconductors and semiconductor manufacturing equipment, as well as pharmaceuticals and pharmaceutical ingredients, including finished drug products. In a pair of register notices, China orders Boeing jet delivery halt as trade war expands. China has ordered its airlines not to take any further deliveries of Boeing company jets as part of the tit-for-tat trade war that's seen U.S. President Donald Trump levy tariffs of as high as 145% on Chinese goods. According to people familiar with the matter, Beijing has also asked that Chinese carriers halt any purchases of aircraft-related equipment and parts from U.S. companies, the people said, asking not to be identified, discussing matters that are private. Bank trading bonanza to continue after record before tariffs. Wall Street's biggest stock traders just delivered their best quarter ever, and that was before President Donald Trump's trade war made stock and bond markets even wilder. Goldman Sachs Group Inc. became the latest firm to report its highest ever quarter for equity trading after J.P. Morgan Chase & Company and Morgan Stanley hit similar milestones last week amid volatility triggered when Trump took office with a raft of audacious policies. The bank's top executives see it continuing, at least for now, as markets remain on edge over the extent and impact of the tariff onslaught announced by the president earlier this month. Top overnight news: trade tariffs. Trump looking at temporary tariff relief for autos, initiates chip, pharma import probe. Bloomberg, Reuters, New York Times. 5 small businesses sue Trump to block Liberation Day tariffs, citing unconstitutional bypassing of Congress using emergency powers. NBC. Japan's talks with U.S. this week set to demonstrate White House's appetite for deal-making. Bloomberg. Japan reviewing non-tariff trade barriers, including regulations on auto and agriculture imports as it seeks relief from Washington. Nikkei. Bloomberg. U.S. pressures EU to choose sides in China. Trade decoupling amid tariff threats. Irish Times. EU Trade Chief Sefcovic says fair deal on tariffs will require significant joint effort from EU and U.S. Reuters. U.S. to impose 21% tariffs on tomato imports from Mexico after withdrawing from agreement. Bloomberg. Volume of goods processed by Chinese ports slows for first time since LNY holiday as tariffs take effect. Bloomberg. Corporate auto stocks jump as Trump said to consider temporary exemption from tariffs. FT. Nikkei. LVMH Q1 sales drop 3% as U.S. beauty drinks demand wanes and China weakness persists amid Trump tariff fears. Reuters. China orders its airlines to stop accepting Boeing deliveries. Bloomberg. Lowe's acquires Artisan Design Group for $1.3 billion to boost pro-contractor services amid housing slump. Bloomberg. AMD nears $4 billion AI server plant sale as Compin. Why win? Jabal revise bids. Bloomberg. Applied Materials buys 9% stake in advanced packaging firm Besai. Reuters. TSMC close to developing next-gen chip packaging to meet demand for more powerful AI chips. Plans to begin production in 2027. Nikkei. On semiconductor scraps $6.9 billion Allegro. Microsystems bid citing no path forward. Bloomberg. Netflix aiming to achieve $1T market cap and double revenue by 2030. WSJ. Ahead of annual meeting on Thursday. BP seen as prime takeover target. CNBC. CNBC. Eli Lilly's Mounjaro sparks weight loss revolution in India amid soaring patient demand and competitive market dynamics. Reuters, a TDK unveils 20 picosecond spin photo detector using magnetic tech to break AI data bottlenecks, targeting 2026 production. FT. South Korea upsizes financial support package for semiconductor industry amid pressures from U.S. tariffs. China competition. Reuters. Markets. Bessent says Treasury has big toolkit to address surge in yields. Does not see evidence of sovereigns selling treasuries. Bloomberg. Treasuries term premium highest since Sep 2014. Bloomberg. Lower-rated corporate borrowers have failed to issue debt since Liberation Day tariffs. FT. Economy. German ZU highlights collapse in sentiment index. Reuters. Signs of easing in UK labor market. FT. Starmer's growth agenda tested by Trump tariffs as UK braces for 0.8% GDP hit while fiscal headroom shrinks. FT. UBS joins other sell-side firms in trimming China GDP forecasts amid tariff escalation. Bloomberg. China Q1 GDP growth forecast to have declined. March activity data holding up. Bloomberg. Reuters. Bloomberg. Central banks. Atlanta Fed's Bostic says bold policy change in either direction, not prudent, favors waiting. Bloomberg. Reuters. ECB survey sees tightening in corporate credit standards. Reuters. BOJ to pause rate hikes amid U.S. tariff uncertainties, former executive warns. Yen's strength also adds pressure. Bloomberg. RBA minutes show board favored revisiting policy settings in May. Bloomberg. RBNZ chief economist Conway says bank will not overreact to trade war, unveils new real-time economic growth tool. NZH Herald. Washington. Treasury Secretary Bessent says everything on table when it comes to paying for tax cuts. Bloomberg. Energy. IEA slashes 2025 oil demand growth forecast by 30% to 730 kbpd as Trump tariffs rattle global trade. FT. Operator of Keystone Oil Pipeline set to restart operations. AP. Yeah, you're right. It's a lot of headlines, not much new. The thing that's new about today, Boeing in China, the pharmaceutical announcement and investigation. That was the new part, and then be on the lookout for that trade deal and rumors about the trade deal with Japan for tomorrow. I would say those are your top three things where you listen to all of that and you're like, what's important? Those would be the three things you should walk away with, baby. So good morning. We have more. Whew. I'm a little out of breath, Ross. Is doing some sit-ups. I'm like, whew. Good morning. What do we have? So S&P futures, they are down by 0.04 Tuesday morning trading off of earlier strength and near the worst pre-market levels. Comes after U.S. equities finished higher in a fairly uneventful trading on Monday, with the S&P posting its first back-to-back gains since the early April reciprocal announcement. Defensive sector still the standout. Treasuries mix with the curve steepening. Dollars up by 0.1 and gold is up by 0.2, with Bitcoin up 0.7 and WTI down by 0.9. No big directional driver in play. Trade is still the big story, with the White House formally launching national security probes into pharma and semis before potential tariffs. However, move was widely telegraphed. Still some positive sentiment surrounding the recent off-ramps. 90-day pause on higher reciprocals, electronic exemption, and Trump talking about something for autos. Also, some thoughts of a bar for early trade deal may be low. U.S. and Japan set to talk on Wednesday. Relief rally traction also said to be supported by positioning dynamics, particularly among systematics, though consensus still sees them to resolve around selling the rips rather than buying the dips, given the spillover effects from lingering Trump 2.0. Bessent told Bloomberg that Treasury has a big toolkit to address any surge in yields, and then noted no evidence of sovereign sales of Treasuries. April Empire State Manufacturing minus 8.1, better than consensus of 14.5. Noted little change in employment but decline in hours worked. Also noted price indexes up for the fourth straight month, highest in more than 2 years. Expectation index also fell more than 20 points month over month, the second lowest in 20-year history of the survey. Market import prices down by 0.1, cooler than expectation, while export prices were flat in line with consensus. Fed Governor Cook speaks at 19:10. She said earlier this month that she saw inflation risk skewed to the upside, growth risk skewed to the downside, while also talking up the Fed's patience mantra. March retail sales out on Wednesday with headline expected to be 1.4 and core seen up by 0.6. Industrial production for March and NAHB housing market index for April also out on Wednesday. Fed speak includes Hammock, Schmid, and highlight is Jerome Powell at Economic Club of Chicago. Weekly jobless claims and housing and Philly Fed on Thursday. Bank of America beat driven by fees and credit. Some positive spins surrounding unchanged Q4 NII guide. Citi EPS beat, though focus on provisions, reserve build, and uncertainty and deteriorating macros. J&J beat and bumped up full-year sales guidance and left EPS guide unchanged, though included tariff costs. PNC, NII, and NIM slightly better. ACI results better, but guidance disappointed. Consumers also in focus for Europe today with luxury bellwether. MC posted unexpected decline in Q1 sales outside of earnings. Netflix reportedly looking to achieve $1 trillion market cap and double their revenue and triple operating income by 2030. And then AMD reportedly set to receive revised offers for AI server assembly plant. Lowe's announced deal to acquire Artisan Design Group for $1.325 billion. Chinese government reportedly told airlines to stop accepting deliveries from Boeing. AMAT said it has purchased a 9% equity stake in Bessie as a strategic long-term investment. And then CNBC article discussed BP as a takeover target. ON scrap takeover offer of ALGM due to lack of engagement from target's board. Wow. Habibi, that is it. That's all of your headline. Wow, very, very early, Habibi. Very early. Don't worry. You have a play. Actually, not that many, too. So, again, kind of a calm day. We're down a little bit. We'll see if that holds up with the theme of yesterday. But Eric, they're up by 7.4 earnings. Aurora is up by 2.5. Needham initiates buy. AU is up 2.3. Netflix up 2.1, reportedly targeting $9 billion in revenue and 410 million subs by 2030. Bank of America up 2.1 off earnings. Hubs up 1.6. UBS upgrade. WOK is up 1.5. Bank of America upgrade. CHD 1.2. Bank of America upgrade. Citi up by 0.8 off earnings. HRL up by 0.5. Bank of America upgrade. NMAX up 5.4. Legend up 4.3. Notes J&J reported Q1 Carvit net sales of $369 million. STRL is up 4. RKLB up 3.2. Government contracts. ESI is up by 2.1. Bank of America upgrade. Nibix up 1.7. Needham upgrade. Proc up 14, Guts up 12.6, Canaccord initiates buy, Verve is up 11.9, Cantor Fitzgerald upgrade, Sky is up 11.5, update on weight loss of nimacimab and tirzepatide combination, TMC is up by 11, Detail up 11, FDA fast track for gene editing therapy, IE is up 9.5, indication for $825 million financing from Export-Import Bank of United States Santa Cruz Copper Project, ILLR is up by 9, Gilt is up 5.6, multi-million-dollar order, ACI is down 5.8 off earnings, Dow down 3.9, Bank of America downgrade, Boeing down 3.4, China reportedly orders airlines to stop accepting deliveries, HWM down 3. Oh no, that was for your quiz. HWM, Wells Fargo downgrade, APTV down 2A, Barclays downgrade, Mobileye down 2.5, Barclays downgrade, KGC down 2.2, fire at Tiasit Mill, APD down 2, Bank of America downgrade, J&J down 1.8 off earnings, UHS down 1.8, Bear downgrade, GM down 1.2, Barclays downgrade. Apple down 1.2, Pepsi down 1.0, Bank of America downgrade, APLD down 10 off earnings, ALGM down 9, withdraws proposal to acquire Allegro, Cody down 4.2, Bank of America downgrade, VC down 3.6, Barclays downgrade, X-Ray down 1.7, Morgan Stanley downgrade, Hun down 1.5, Bank of America downgrade, Rent down 18.6 off earnings, Bull recent SPAC merger, McRib 8.4, 1 for 20 reverse stock split, and then MXCT down 6.9, proposes to delist. Wow! That's not bad, bro. So, Chatadonia. Boeing in China. You heard about the pharma. You got some trade deals. And meanwhile, you went from the biggest moves of a century to now you are very calm. Very, very calm. I hope you're feeling good. But Chatadonia, that's it, man. So, I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule. I do have a couple of plays for you. We could go over them a little bit once we get into Gen Pop as well, but you guys know the deal. You know the deal. You know the vibe, baby. And welcome to the cult. Bright and early. And honestly, this is both good and bad, man. I don't know. I feel like a lot of things this year, we've been annoying about things, but I feel like they've hurt us. I don't know how to describe it, man. A lot of things we've complained about, I feel like we have gotten an answer. And again, they're already working on a bill to provide housing for homeless veterans. Now, I don't know the full bill, and I want a lot more than that, and I think we could do much more. But the fact of the matter is, man, this was a big thing, and I kind of added a lot more importance to it this year, bro. But every single day, we get up, we wake up, we get the news and do all of that. But before we start our day, we pay homage to a very special group of people. Why? Because it would be foolish to think that we would be living how we would be living if people didn't make this sacrifice. And who I am talking about is the veterans of the United States of America. So on behalf of the cult people here, the people not here, I want to give a huge special shout out, active service, past service, anybody who has served this country for real. Thank you for everything you have given for me and everybody in here and this whole nation. And if anybody should be getting the long term, if anybody should be getting good real estate deals, it should be you guys. So let us help. And at the bare minimum, if you have not served, I hope you could bring this honor and appreciation to real life because, like I'm saying, I think all of us every day are benefiting off of it, whether we acknowledge it or not. So I think we should acknowledge it. So veterans, the families, God bless all of you, and thank you, and all the people making noise about housing for veterans. Thank you as well, and let's do a lot more, man. And again, this is just something I believe in. I don't have any official organization or anything like that, man, and I hope you all feel the same, and maybe we could get some change that way. So veterans, the families, thank you for everything, and thank you to all of you, man, who are showing that love to those who deserve it, and big shout out to anybody else out there giving back to their local communities, all the doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, anybody making their community run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Son of the judge! Oh, it's game time, baby. Horna! Let's go. Oh, Chad, Adonia. Let's go, baby. Yeah, it's Tuesday. And the market's like calm, bro. I don't know. So get ready for it. We're going to chill today, bro. So I'm going to go shopping for a couple of plays. If we get them, we'll be good. But at the end of the day, man, that's it. It's going to be hella slow or not. We just got a head on a swivel, man. Head on a swivel. But it has changed from last week. That's why I think it's going to be exciting. And then again, middle of the week, we should get a little bit more. But Chattadonia, I think we got some good time here. I think you guys are all ready to go. Do you guys want to do it? I think we should do it, man. I think we should do it. I'm trying to debate. Do I give him a 24-hour timeout or do I give him a permanent ban? I was trying to. Either way, it's a waste of time. But point is, it's time to move on over to Gen Pop. Good morning. We're going to GP, baby. We're going to GP. I hope you guys are blessed. I hope you are ready. It's a Tuesday morning, man. Bright and early. Bright and early, man. So let's make the most of it. God bless America. Thank you to the veterans. I will see you guys over there, and let's have a good day. Let us have a good day. Am I on the right video? Yeah, okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right, peace. Hopefully there's not an earthquake this time. That was terrifying. Okay, goodbye. All right.